Alright, hey, I just wanted to go through and show you what I was talking about. Here's a product that was entered correctly that I did earlier before I hired you on. Notice how you have all the different color variants, and if they're more expensive, it'll add that in there. Um, that's the way that if we're doing any product variants, it's the way they should all be, and not just list the pictures down here, because then when they get charged, if it's a more expensive lens or sunglass goggle, apparel piece, then we're going to run into problems. So everything needs to have either go into a color variant if it has multiple colors. And so let's go back to one that you inputted in. Um, you have all these different colorways, which is great, but they're all going to be the same price, $69.99. Now, if we go over to the live website that's up right now, this is the same product. Um, and if you notice, there's some differences. So $69.99, $79.99, $64.99, and on, depending on the colorways and the lenses. Um, so if you watch the previous YouTube video I put up, it shows you how to do the options. So once you have the product in, obviously you have the base price of the product, and then you'll go to options. You'll add if it's just different colors, then you go to global options, add global options, add either color or size. Some instances you need both color and size. This is a replacement lens, which was this. Obviously there's no different color sizes, so we don't need to do those. When you go into the color options, this is where you'll set the price depending on the base price. So these bronze and chrome lenses are $10 more than the base price, and so on. So it does take a little time going back and forth and looking at, okay, well, the base price is $69. Okay, and this one's going to be a few dollars more. This one's $10 more. This one's like $7 or $8 more. So you have to go through and match all that up. And then once you've set all your color variations, and like I said, if you're going through, you just once you get to a product like that, you just copy copy that down, and that's the black. That's the midnight black with the strikeout lens, or so you could change the color combinations to the appropriate description on the live website right now. And then once you've done that, you'll come over to option combinations. When you first load up this page, it's going to be blank, and you'll have to hit rebuild combinations, and that'll rebuild everything in here. And like I showed you in the other YouTube video, then you have to go in and upload the picture for each color combination. So the bronze, red, chrome, that's the picture for that, and then add the alt tag in for that, and then do that all the way down. And that's about it. Quantity, if it doesn't have quantity in there, you could just leave the quantity. Well, actually, it'll go to default, because after you fill all this out, you'll notice there won't be a quantity in here. You'll have to go back to the general tab, and to get the quantities to show up on those on the option combinations, you will need to go down to track with options. The default is track without options, but you want it with track with options. And then once you select track with options, it automatically puts the quantity of everything in as 50. So that's fine if you don't know some of the quantities of stuff. Just let it do the default 50 quantity per colorway. If you do see some in here that will say out of stock, these are all in stock, so it really doesn't matter. But you will see in here that it says out of stock if on certain colorways. So in that aspect, you'll need to go back to the options and the option combinations and enter a 0 in for quantity if that if that colorway is out of stock. You've been doing great work. I'm really stoked. Hope everything's going good. But we definitely need to go back and fix all these products that were entered incorrectly. Just like I said before, that obviously there's different prices for the different colorways, so all the products are not the same price. So you need to add the option in so you have the colorway options with the price differences in them. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. All right, buddy, have a great day.